Hey guys, it is, it's Christmas Eve, December 24th, and it is currently 6:45 in the morning. I just got off work about 15 minutes ago. I work the graveyard shift at a long-term care rehabilitation facility, doing nursing again. I know in some of my vlogs I've discussed how I feel about being a nurse, and it's not that I hate being a nurse, it's just all the bureaucratic bullshit and the red tape and the fact that the entire healthcare industry is run and dictated by insurance companies is very frustrating to me. And most everyone I work with is incredibly negative, so I made a decision to try to step back into it, and rather than letting everyone else's negativity impact me, to try to make an impact on other people with my positivity. It's touch and go some days, but I'm trying, so that's a little bit of a personal update. God, it's been so long since I've done these. It's all awkward again. This morning I will be doing my third shot of tea. So 3 weeks on tea. Those words are not something that it still feels strange for them to come from my mouth. 3 weeks on tea. It's I just can't believe I'm actually saying it. I came out as trans to my family and my friends on December 6th, 2008. So we're a little bit past my 2-year coming out anniversary. And there's actually a pretty valid reason as to why it's taken me so long to begin my medical transition. I would say for probably about the last 6 months, the biggest reason is finances and access to healthcare providers that will actually provide these types of services. But for the year and a half before that, it was very important to me to complete what I considered an emotional, spiritual transition before I actually began my physical medical transition. And if you've watched any of the vlogs on my channel, you know that it's been a rather confusing, sometimes messy, distressing, but also very enlightening, beautiful, and very necessary process for me to go through. So now that I'm actually beginning my medical and physical transition, I can honestly say, completely and utterly at peace with what I know is going to happen, and all the repercussions that are gonna occur because I'm actually beginning my transition. Of course, I have a very deep understanding of what's going to happen to my body physically. I kind of have a general idea of what to expect from my family. They are aware that I'm trans, and my mother knows that I've started hormones. She's not okay with it, but I know that she loves me unconditionally, and she's not going to shut me out of her life. And at this point, that's satisfied to me. That's all I need at this point, because I'm quite certain that if she can get through the first 6 months to a year of my transition with me, then she'll see that I'm not going to change internally. you know, my soul and my spirit and my witty sense of humor will all remain the same. I use an analogy. I like to say that I will still be the same amazing gift, just in different wrapping paper. So I think everything's going to be okay with her. My little brother and sister, he's 15 now and she's 18. They both know, and you know, they're fine with it. Ryan told me he's always wanted a big brother, so that was pretty awesome. And Danielle calls me her big brister, which I think is freaking hilarious. Grandparents, no, we don't really talk about it. Work. Pretty much everyone at work knows, and surprisingly enough, they're all okay with it, and they're all pretty excited for me, and pretty excited to see what kind of changes are going to be happening. My director of nurses knows, my assistant director of nurses, the administrator knows. They are all okay with it. They've even gone so far as to let me change my name tag from my birth name to just where it says G Sims instead of, you know, my birth name and Sims. Because in the healthcare field, particularly as a nurse, because of legalities, we have to have our legal name on our name tag. But because that's how I sign my documentation when I do it, I just put G Sims LVN. They're okay with that being on my name tag, so I thought that was pretty nice of them. So that's where we're at right now. I felt it was important to make sure everyone at work knew, because obviously there's going to be some changes occurring, and I didn't want them freaking out. And, you know, like I said, I really am very grateful that I spent that period of time, you know, really processing everything and researching and studying and discussing and tearing myself apart and putting myself back together over and over again, because I'm able to start this journey completely at peace. Everything is where it needs to be in my head, and I don't know, I'm pretty excited. It's time. I'm really looking forward to being able to pass. That's gonna be exciting. I got a haircut. I don't know if you can see it. I'm chilling by the light of the Christmas tree. The overhead light was a little harsh. I haven't slept a lot and my circles are kicking. So 3 weeks on T. Changes. Wow. I still can't believe I'm doing this. I think there's been some slight facial structure changes. It's hard to ask people that see me on a daily basis, you know, obviously because the changes are gradual. So I'm looking forward to perhaps running into or seeing someone that hasn't seen me in, you know, maybe a few months, and see if they notice any facial changes. But from my perspective, I think there's some subtle changes, because I do stare in the mirror every day, and not for reasons of vanity. I just, yeah, you know. My musculature has changed. I mean, I guess it's gotten a little bit bigger, but it's more lean. I've always been naturally muscular, fortunately. So I guess, you know, my arms are getting bigger, and I've noticed that my veins are protruding more, and my wrists have gotten thicker, because this watch I wear that used to fit me perfectly is actually, it's getting too small. It's digging in. My neck feels a little thicker. I don't think my voice is starting to drop yet, but I am, for probably about the last week, I've noticed that it feels like I'm constantly having to clear my throat, and it feels kind of, I don't really know how to articulate the feeling, but I'm pretty sure there's going to be some changes happening there soon. It just feels like there's always something in my throat. Anyway, I wasn't sure if I was going to talk about this, but I know it's a big, no pun intended, it's a big part of transition. So I decided last night while I was at work that I would go ahead and discuss the changes that have been occurring downstairs. For me, that was the first change that I noticed, and it's been the most, I guess, dramatic change that I've had. Lots of growth down there. It just, wow, I'm astounded. Lots of growth really quick. So there's been kind of this really amusing adjustment period because I've had to change, you know, the way I wipe after I go to the bathroom. Like, I've had to change the way I sit. Like, I can't cross my legs the way I used to because it's uncomfortable. Yeah, you just have to treat it like totally different. It's kind of crazy. Like, and like sexually, it feels different. How does it feel different, Gavin? Well, like, and I mean, I'm sure this happens for everybody, but it's a lot easier for me to get physically aroused than it was before. And when I actually like orgasm, it feels, I don't know, like it's just so much, I don't know, it's really, really intense. It's different. It's way different. So that's been interesting, like, you know, trying to deal and cope with all the changes there. Like, because I used to always sit with my legs crossed. Like, that's just how I sit. Call me Nelly, I don't give a shit. It's just how I'm comfortable. But now I can't really do that anymore. Oh, and I've noticed, like, if my pants are a little on the tight side, yeah, no, that's no good. Can't do that anymore. So thus far, those are all the changes that I've experienced, and I'm gonna do my shot here in a few minutes. I'm not gonna make a video of it this time. I figure once or twice is enough of all of you seeing my jiggly little bum. So yeah, Gavin's on tea. That's awesome. Anyway, I look forward to making more videos and sharing more changes with you. And as always, if y'all have any questions, comments, concerns, anything of that nature, just hit me up in my inbox and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Alright. Probably won't talk to y'all before Christmas, so Merry Christmas. If you don't celebrate Christmas, then have a good day. Alright. Talk to y'all later.